Hello, it's Monday. I'm on my way to campus. We're gonna start this week with a hypothesis. I've been thinking about how I don't feel like I'm making much progress on my projects and how I don't feel good about the progress that I am making, even though I keep telling myself it's just about making regular progress. Even it doesn't matter how much that progress is, it's about regular engagement. So I'm wondering, hello car coming up behind me. I think I'm a total weirdo. I'm wondering if part of the problem is that it's hard for me to feel good about my progress when I get something done. I should feel good about it. I come out of my office and I look around my house and my house is a disaster. It's not like a total disaster, but it's been difficult so far this semester to get into like the kinds of concrete truck for where they're working on our road. It's been difficult to get into the kind of habits that help keep the house clean and organized and tidy. And so I've been thinking that making progress on my projects is what's going to make me feel happy and content and productive. And I'm gonna bracket that for this week and instead focus on keeping my space in a state that makes me feel happy and productive, and then see how I feel about my progress on my projects after that. So I spent yesterday doing a bunch of house cleaning, general maintenance, changing light bulbs, that kind of stuff. And now we're starting a brand new week. So I'm teaching today, and then I've got a faculty meeting this afternoon. So I'm going to be on campus until probably about 5:30. I brought a whole extra bag with me today, and it says this is my ball sack. It's just so that I could bring all of the food that I'm bringing, and also some knitting, because knitting is productive fidgeting, which is good for meetings when you're at the end of the day and very tired and do not want to be there. So, yeah, that's where we are. Happy Monday. So in this experiment of seeing what happens when I focus on my space, I have picked out 5 habits that I'm going to work on this week, which I know sounds like a lot, but they're all very small things. So first of all, tidying the bed in the morning. I know a lot of people swear by making the bed first thing, and I'm not one of them, but first of all, I might as well give it a try. And secondly, Ben and I do tend to make a mess of the covers as we sleep, and I do sleep better if the covers are all straightened out. And a lot of times I can do that before we get in bed at night, but if he gets in bed first, then, well, all bets are off. So if I do it in the morning, because I'm always the last one up, except possibly on Saturdays and usually on Sundays. Anyway, if I do it first thing in the morning, then hopefully I'll sleep better. So that's number 1. The second one is empty sink. We have a tendency to let dishes and cans that need to be washed before they go in the recycling, especially cat food cans, collect in the sink. And what starts out as a 2-minute job ends up being a 15 or 20-minute job. And that's not good. It's not hygienic. And it is just bad for the space. So my goal is at least once a day to see an empty sink. Number 3, vacuum twice a week, which should be relatively easy because we have a robot to do that. I just have to make sure that everything is up off the floor and that I turn on the robot, which I think will be good. And then number 4, homemade lunches. I talked previously about how much I was like ordering lunch and how hard it was getting to make decisions about that, and so my goal is to have homemade lunches to take with me to campus every day I'm on campus, and to also have them at home, which I usually do on my work at home days anyway. But anyway, homemade lunches, with the exception of times that I am, you know, with Ben, we're going out somewhere, it's social. Number 5 is kind of a strange one, maybe, I don't know, like showering first thing, which on my work, not from home days, like of course I shower just about first thing in the morning. Sometimes I might sit down and have a little coffee first, but usually first thing, within the first hour. On my work at home days, you may have noticed I have a tendency to stay in my pajamas until 2 in the afternoon sometimes. And while it's great when I get up and immediately start working on something, what happens is later in the day, all of my momentum gets lost because suddenly to like move forward on things, I have to take a shower. And then I'm like, well, I took a shower, I might as well, you know, I'll sit down and play some video games for a few minutes, or I'll sit down and read for a few minutes, and the next thing I know, I'm not getting anything done the rest of the afternoon. So I'm going to try to see if I can get more done, or at least stay better focused. I'm not sure. I'm going to see what happens. That's what it is. I'm going to see what happens if I just make a point of showering every day. So it's Tuesday morning. I got up. I got in the shower. I have this medication that I take first thing in the morning, and I'm not allowed to have food or coffee for the first half hour. So I took the pill. And then with my remaining time before I could actually sit down and have breakfast, I tidied up in the kitchen. I got a little laundry started. I unloaded the dishwasher. I rearranged some dishes. I'm finding all these little things around the house that I think making changes with them is going to make everything feel better. We'll see. Anyway, so now I'm sitting down. I've got coffee. I have this delicious bowl of cereal with blueberries. It's like a Honey Nut Cheerios organic version. The really fancy organic was on sale at the grocery store last time we went, so we bought up 2 boxes. So I've got all this, and I'm going to start working on the novel first thing. This is another thing that I've changed this week. I was trying to track word count with the novel, and my goal was like 2,000 words a week, and that was not working. Mostly because I'm at a point now where I feel kind of stuck. The words aren't coming at all because I'm trying to figure out the relationship between these 2 characters. So I have changed that from measuring word count to measuring time, because that's what I really want here, is time commitment to it, like continued engagement, like I keep saying. So right now the goal is 4 hours a week. We'll see. We'll see if that happens, but I'm going to sit down and put aside at least an hour to think about it and work on it while I am also having my coffee and breakfast and everything. So here we go. Worked for an hour. It was a really productive hour. So I've been working on this chapter that is primarily about developing the relationship between my protagonist and the kind of love interest character. I was really struggling with this. The last time I sat down to work on this, what I ended up doing was kind of making a big list of why these 2 characters are attracted to each other. And also I called it repulsion points, which is maybe not the best thing, but also why they are not suitable for each other as well, because this is not a romance that is smooth sailing. So I had this list of things, and then what I sat down to do today was to work on the like show don't tell aspect. So I was thinking about crafting moments and conversations that would let these points of attraction play out. So I've got some ideas down here, which is good, and I actually started writing one, and I ended up writing 620 words along with all of this brainstorming. So I'm gonna count that as a win. That's a win. Okay, I'm gonna have a video chat with a friend here in a few minutes, which I'm very excited about, but I also think I'm gonna go do that on the couch because Datsuk really, really wants to snuggle, and she's bugging me because she wants to snuggle. I think it's because it's cold here today. They're talking about us getting 4 to 6 inches overnight tonight. I will believe it. That's the snow, 4 to 6 inches of snow, not just 4 to 6 inches of anything. Hi, so I had a lovely chat with my friend Britt, who is truly an excellent human being. And I also had my homemade lunch for the day, some leftovers from last night's supper, which were just as tasty the second time. Right now, well then as I was doing that, I also did so I have some conferences that I'm going to in the spring, so I filled out the form to request some funding from my department for that, because my department does help us fund travel for pedagogical related things, like going to the biggest annual convention of college level writing teachers in the US. It's a fun time. So now I am on my way out to Target because we need cat food, most importantly. There's a few other things on the list too, but because of the possibility of the Snowmageddon, it's even more important to get the cat food today, because who knows if we'll be able to leave the house tomorrow. Not me. I'm gonna be honest. There's a part of me that deeply, deeply hopes for some real snow, and there's a part of me that doesn't want to hope for snow, because then it'll just be disappointed if there's not snow. So, okay. I'm home from Target. I got more laundry going. Shut that door and make it a little bit quieter. Target wasn't quite as Snowmageddon-y as I was expecting. I think I was the only person there buying milk, actually. But there's probably gonna be a lot of people stopping by on their way home from work, which is why it's probably good that I went earlier this afternoon instead of Ben going when he is on his way home. My department chair went ahead and sent out an email saying that after talking with the deans, it is looking more and more likely that we will cancel class tomorrow, but also that if the university does not cancel, instructors can use their individual discretion based on their own safety. So I think I might go ahead and email my tech writers and cancel class tomorrow, no matter whether the university cancels or not, because that's an easy class to cancel. It was going to be an in-class work day anyway, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm feeling a little fatigued, so I am trying to have a little pick-me-up. I've got some watered down cranberry juice, orange juice cocktail. This is how I trick myself into drinking water when I'm not really into water. It's like 3/4 water and then a little splash of juice on top. And it's very tasty. I've also got a cup of tea brewing over here. I got this new little tea infuser for Christmas and it's adorable. It's a little cat. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea, drink my juice. I need to grade some things and answer some emails and figure out a plan for my first year classes if school gets canceled tomorrow. It was really windy out. I saw a vulture flying into the wind and standing still. Like, it was flapping hard and it was perfectly still in the air. It was really eerie. I wish I could have caught it on camera, but that would have been unsafe at that point in time. So I didn't. I'm sorry. So I fell asleep on the couch. So my hair is extra cool, but that's okay because when I woke up, found out that both of our schools canceled tomorrow, so we have a snow day. Ben, what are we gonna do on our snow day?
Get crunk.
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Probably
not. Grade. Really? Realistically?
I'll probably work on committee work.
Cool.
Probably play some video games too.
Seems like a possibility.
Yeah. We're on our snow day. We're making waffles because what else are you gonna do on a snow day? We have delicious coffee and Ben is wearing his cozy slippers. So we're doing pretty good so far. Did you find yourself a comfortable souk spot? Yeah? Are you the most beautiful kitten ever? Yeah? Datsuk, have you enjoyed the snow day? Bye. And she never saw him again.